have some things that are on my spirit that I kind of need to just get out. And this video isn't strictly on romantic relationships, whether it be professional, romantic, platonic, or familial. Check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself.
Yes. Jiggity check myself before I riggedy wreck myself? Yes. How does that make someone feel?
Give yourself time to think, like process, think, heal, all of that stuff, because you cannot be good for anybody else if you are not good for yourself.
Got my passport. I've been searching, I've been working to get out this town. Country hopping, baby.
What's up, y'all boys? It's your girl Asia, like the continent, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I make weekly lifestyle and fashion videos surrounding my new life here in London, England. I have some things that are on my spirit that I kind of need to just get out. So I'm just gonna get it out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna get it out. But before I do that, I just want to show y'all the fit. I put this together real light, real slight. So I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so this is the fit. I had this on today. I ran errands, I got food, I did things because I needed to mentally decompress because it is a lot going on, but I will talk about that in another video. But all I did, I paired these ASO oversized mom jeans with this Urban Outfitter knit orange and kind of olive khaki green oversized sweater with this Nasty Gal long sleeve chartreuse kind of tie back shirt, and I just paired them with these bad boys here, and I think I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. So that's the fit. I wanted to get it out of the way because I felt cute, so I want to show y'all. Now back to this video. All right, now that we're done from a word from our sponsors, i.e. me, let's jump into the title of this video. So in the past, for me, I found myself involving, and again, this video isn't strictly on romantic relationships. This is involving all types of relationship dynamics, whether it be professional, romantic, platonic, or familial. Like, I'm covering all four bases here because a lot of the things that we do in one type of relationship, we can transfer these type of skills and these behaviors and practices in the other relationships that we have. So it's really important that we set like a good solid foundation for all relationships and all connections that we make, so they can be fruitful and beneficial, and you can make genuine connections with people, and it's all great and lovely and all the good things that we want when we're dealing with other people in a social interaction. I found myself involving and dealing with a lot of the same type of people, and in some ways are great and other ways not so much. When it came to romantic and dating practices, I found myself definitely going after the same, or getting involved with the same type of dude. They just looked different, and some of them really didn't look that different. Some of them kind of looked the same. So it's like, was I really like for myself? Either way, I was doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And if any of you guys know that very popular saying of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So I legit was a little insane. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I was tripping. I was tripping. With me having the opportunity to detach myself from that cycle of dealing with the same people, being surrounded by the same environments, and doing that kind of repetitious practice, I found myself being able to think. And that's my first takeaway for y'all. Give yourself time to think, like process, think, heal, all of that stuff, because you cannot be good for anybody else if you are not good for yourself. So take your needed time, however long that is, and be honest with yourself on how long that is, to be the best version of yourself to present to a relationship. Again, whether that be any of the top four: romantic, platonic, professional, or familial. Like, do it for yourself so you can do it for others. Like, that is key. That is the number one thing. For me, I had to do a lot of self-reflecting, self-thinking. I did assessments on myself. Like, I went deep. I discovered what my attachment style is, and I will link below the quiz that I use to discover what my attachment style is. And that spoke volumes to how I interact with people. I am disorganized attached, and in summation, like, 1 minute I'm hot, 1 minute I'm cold. So 1 minute I can be super clingy and like lovey-dovey and affectionate and whatever, and the next minute I am like, bruh, why are you? Boop. That speaks a lot to like my upbringing, my family dynamics, my interactions with people. It's definitely both a nature and nurture type of situation for me. And now that I know that about myself and I'm aware of it, I can make conscious efforts and intentions to be better at that, or be better at not being so much that, because it is a defense kind of mechanism for me, and it's not that great. So that was rule number one. Also, not on just the negative, like really think about some of the positive attributes of myself too. In a romantic sense, I had main character syndrome like a bitch. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, I did. And again, this is me being completely honest with y'all, with myself. A few factors played into that. One, I have a high social intelligence. Like, it's different types of intellectual levels. Like, there's obviously like the logic and your known IQ, there's emotional intelligence, there's social intelligence, there's different ones. And for me, my social intelligence is pretty freaking high, and I'm able to be very interpersonal and connect with people fairly quickly and make people feel like we cool like that, and we not always cool like that. And not being combining that with my past inability to not create the best boundaries, as well as just my attachment style, that could be a recipe for disaster. So that was one of the things I had to figure out. And when it came to the main character syndrome, like, I really thought I was the shit. And not to say that I'm not the shit, because I am. And it took a lot of hard work for me to get to this point that I can sit on here and say that with confidence. Like, I am the shit, but I'm the shit for myself, and I'm the shit for the right people that are supposed to be in my space and in my circle. And like, everyone should like me, because like, what's not to like? And that was another thing that I messed up on, which brings me to point number 3 or 2, 3. Check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself.
Yes. Jiggity check myself before I riggedy wreck myself? Yes. How does that make someone feel?
Like, you might think because you attained all these societal milestones and goals, and it was one girl I saw on either YouTube or TikTok or TikTube or one of the two, where she even talked about this. Like, we think as women, when we're like super independent or we have it together in the other areas of our life, that makes us, in some degree it does, but that makes us like the overall candidate for a relationship. And we haven't even checked the relationship pieces that make you a good viable candidate for being someone's partner. So I was like, I have my own house, I have my own car, I have my own this, I have my own that, I'm like this and I'm like that, and I'm cute, no, I'm attractive. Like, that's, I am. But with that being said, I will not discard like the subconscious colorism issue. And granted, I try my best not to perpetuate that in any way, shape, or form, like my utmost best, but it still seeps its ugly little head in. So I'm not going to gloss over that fact. But it was like a 2%, like a point, 1.5% overall issue with my main character syndrome. And I really had to check myself and be like, you know what, girl, you are all that, but you're not like all that in that regard. Like, just because you'll get people to like you initially, how are you going to get people to want to invest in you and to invest in the relationship? Like, what value am I bringing to the people that are surrounding me? Am I a great support system? Do I just take and not so much give and pour back into the people that pour into me? Do I find myself again not being able to set those boundaries and establish good, healthy boundaries with the people that are in my life, and allow the person or persons that are in my life to get to know me and I get to know them in the same regard? So I had to do a lot of that and that was really hard, and I'm still working on that. I can't, especially coming to this new country, this new continent, this new area, and it's like I'm the Black educated American pretty girl. Like, why isn't everyone falling for me? And realizing, like, girl, we got other shit going on. Like, people are dying, Kim.
Kim, there's people that are dying.
And that brings me to point number 4. Try new things. Again, like I mentioned earlier, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. So I knew that coming to this new space, I had to do things differently, and I had to approach it from a genuine and authentic space. Not to say from my past I wasn't doing that part, the genuine and authentic, but I was I'm very much intentional on how I go about meeting people, who I allow myself to interact with, what our level of interest are, and if it's not something that kind of gels in a very organic way, like, it's okay, I'm not for everybody. I had to, like, understand that not everyone's going to like me, or not even that they don't like me, but not everyone is going to mesh with me in a way that's going to create substantial relationships. So 4 was me stepping out of my comfort zone. And those that know me for real know I have been a big proponent for, like, not meeting people on dating or social apps. Like, I was so anti that, so anti. And it's so funny, God and the universe and the ancestors, they so funny. Last time, no, they got a sense of humor, because, like, they so funny. Because when I like the first month that I moved here, I was talking to one of my homegirls from back home, and I was like going to this festival that I wanted to go to, and I've been dying to go to for a long ass time, and I had no one here to go with me. So I was like, I either go by myself or I don't go at all. So I went by myself. But she was like, if you do that, just like download Bumble, use the Bumble BFF mode, and like see if you can meet people and all of that. Granted, in that regard, I didn't meet anyone for the festival, but I did meet people at the festival that ended up being really cool, and we connected and we hung out the whole time, and it was really, really dope. And I was even on the set for the actual festival, and that's what one of my dreams was too, but whatever. That's another video for another day. Because I downloaded Bumble BFF, I actually met people and homegirls that one of them I'm gonna hang out with later on tonight. So you just never know how you'll meet people. One of my good friends that has made a beautiful guest appearance in one of my other videos on my channel, and I'll link that and show that here. I met her trying to find a place to stay, and we hit it off really well, and that's my girl. So you just never know how you're gonna meet people. Be open-minded, be optimistic, be intentional about the people and the connections that you want to make, and put it out there in the world, and you will be pleasantly surprised on who and what and how you'll meet these people and the relationships and the connections that you make. The last point number 5, well, this one's really not a point. This one's more so of like what I've gathered, what I've learned. Like, I'm detaching myself from the idea of a person, and I'm attaching myself to what my intentions and desires are from any person. So like, I set out and wrote my unspoken not even expectation, yeah, my unspoken expectations and standards. And I'm not gonna exactly explain what they are because they're unspoken for a reason, but I outline the things that I look for in a person, whether that be romantic or platonic, and really set out my goals of like, these are the things that I expect and I want from the people that are in my life, and these are the things that I expect for myself to give to the people that are in my life. And from that, my standards, my boundaries, because again, I had a crappy job of setting healthy boundaries, and it has really proven to be beneficial, guys. So setting that precedent and setting those standards for yourself and the people that are in your life, so they can rise to the occasion and you can to be the best version of yourself and have healthy, fulfilling relationships. So I also want to take this time to thank each and every person that purchased me something from my Amazon wish list. About a month ago, not even, about a few weeks back, I mentioned that I was going to create an Amazon wish list because a few of my dear friends strongly suggested that I do so. And I did it, and I'm really glad that I did, because the love and support has been a little overwhelming. I still have items on my Amazon wish list, and I will link it below if anyone so graciously wants to help a sister out on her journey living and adjusting to this new life in London. But I just want to take this time to thank everyone that has purchased something so far. Like, damn near everything that's displayed back here someone got from me from my Amazon wish list. Special shout out to my sister for gifting me with this beautiful garment rack. Like, thank you, sis. And I've gotten a bunch of other knickknacks and bric-a-bracs that people have purchased for me, and I'm just truly blessed and so thankful. So again, I will link my Amazon wish list down below if anyone still wants to get me something and help a sister out, because any and all gifts are truly greatly appreciated, because it's hard. This adjustment has been hard on me. I might not display it as much, but moving away from a place that I had so much connection to for a very long time, my birthplace, is hard in this adjustment. So any and everything that makes me feel like I have a little bit of piece of home, or makes me feel like I'm creating my new home in this space, is truly appreciated. So that's all I want to say. I love you guys a lot, and again, I will link the Amazon wish list below. If you like this video, make sure you tell me what you liked about it. Like, let's have a dialogue, a nice little discussion in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. If any of what I said or any of my content resonates with you in your spirit, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It is down there, one of these places. Make sure you follow me on my other social handles. They're all Passport to Asia. That is Passport to Asia. And I made it super convenient for you guys to connect with me and grow with me and share with me. So make sure you do that. And until next time, y'all boys, peace.
Got my passport. I've been searching, I've been working to get out this town. Country hopping, baby.